watch Joe Rogan.
Yeah, little Joe Rogan.
Yeah, like I like the way he like just he'll be talking to people.
You could lift this up, manipulate it any way you can, and we got to get it so you can hear yourself.
I can
because
hear
see,
myself.
Okay, he's got a deep voice.
There we go.
He's taller than the last two guests.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
that's
hear you
real
good. Did I hit good?
Okay.
Yeah, because I like the way like Joe Rogan, he doesn't. I mean, he does his little intro, but I don't like intros. I've been watching like addiction podcasts, and everybody's like, "Yes, so today we have."
Yeah. Nope. Lame.
Yeah, right off the bat, I'm like, I'm not even watching it.
Well, the thing is too, like you just go there, you just talk, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like we're talking about real. Can we curse?
Yeah.
Okay.
do whatever you want.
Yeah, we talk about real shit, right? Like
Yeah.
this is stuff that I can talk about, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm in it right now, and man, 3 months sober, bro.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
And I'm with guys that see me when I came in.
Yeah.
You know, and dude, it's God all day, man. You know, I got to the point where I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about
Anything you
Oh,
want.
are we?
Yeah.
Are we live yet?
Yeah, well, we.
Oh, we're live.
We're live. So
Oh, nice. He didn't even do his countdown. He usually goes boom, boom.
sick.
Yeah, and then we just. I always go like, Michelangelo, are we live? And that's it.
I think it
our
took the
intro.
pressure off me because I
Yeah.
was like, oh, we're live. Okay.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? Yeah, man, I guess where I'm at right now is like, I got to the point where I had no more options, right?
Yeah.
And some people are just like, they got options. And, you know, that's a dangerous place for me to be.
Right.
You know, because I got options and I've had options. Like, oh, I can just always fall back on my job or my ex will just take care of
Yeah,
me.
right.
Or, you know, I could always do this or that or that. And over the years, I used all those options up, right? Like, I was like, okay, man, like, I got nothing left. You know, last thing I had was just my car that I don't even own. So I don't know if that's a real option. But I was like, dude, at one point, I was like, dude, I could just sleep in my car. I mean, like,
I've done that.
Yeah.
that was an option.
That's crazy thoughts, though.
I did it for a
crazy.
while.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Not in Winnipeg. Not where I'm from. You can't have that.
Like, no,
on.
you, I
yeah,
think
minus
people
40.
die in
You freeze.
in Winnipeg, don't they?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I mean, the storm we had up in Lake Arrowhead.
12
when
people.
the
oh, yeah.
yeah, 12, 13 people died.
Died. Just
Died.
Frozen.
Yeah,
Frozen.
Can you imagine?
I'm too soft, dude. I don't like the cold. I sat in my car one night and I was like, I'm going back to Hope, dude. Forget this.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank
Yeah.
God for that.
Yeah.
You know, I'll never forget your slurred voice. I'm
I mean,
ready.
you're a real one.
I am a real alcoholic.
real
you
one.
are a real alcoholic.
Textbook.
What did he blow when he last came in?
0.5.
0.5. And so come to find out too, I actually once I got my car back and it was shit show in there, I found a ticket from a cop. I got pulled over during that time. Yeah, because
No recollection.
no recollection of being pulled over by the cop, but he gave me a ticket for not having for having a license but not having the physical license.
Right.
So whoever this guy was pulled me over in Carlsbad. Don't know why I'm in Carlsbad. I don't live anywhere near there, but I had this ticket for not having my ID, and I'm like, how did I possibly?
Skate by that one.
You know, like
Yeah.
that could have been it.
That's it, right there. Jail.
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 And I have a DUI.
So
You know?
wow.
So that I'm on probation for right
Yeah.
now. So that would have just been like nail me to the
Just dancing through the raindrops.
You know, and I found that ticket. And I showed up to court, and they were like, "Yeah, just pay $25." And I
Wow.
was like, "All right, cool." You know,
Shit.
Like,
Yeah.
it was bad,
Just
man.
probably cruising with like 0.4.
0.4 at least.
Well, and there's
We
no
didn't
memory
even.
at that
I
point.
I wouldn't even guessed that day. I saw you were. I remember seeing you in the lobby, and you were just sitting there chilling. You're like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Yeah,
Later on that day, they were like, "He just blew a 0.5."
you know,
Like nobody's blowing a 0.5 here.
No.
No,
nobody.
you know. I drove here too. I don't know if that's a.
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
I'll cruise on over there. Like, dude, you got to hit this spot up. I think don't even know how I even like found this. I can't recall how I did that, but they were like, dude, just drive out there. Or when I get there, they probably didn't tell me to drive, but they were like, just get there. And I was like, skirt.
Yeah,
right?
I definitely
Yeah.
told you not
to drive. I'm
Yeah.
sure those were the instructions, but I took it
Yeah.
upon myself to
Yeah.
drive.
Right.
Shane's like,
Right.
I didn't say that.
He's
I mean,
got
no,
a
we
ride.
Yep. Oh, scoot in towards you. Okay. Yeah, I mean, and it's all blurry, you know, but I got here and yeah, that was where it started, right? But I wasn't even done then, right? Like
No,
it was
no,
hard
you
for
weren't
me.
done.
I wasn't
Yeah.
done, you know.
No.
Because the thing is, like,
Okay, now I got to go back. So you called. I remember you called, right? And we have a thread because you're a veteran,
yeah,
right? And anytime a veteran calls, we have a veteran thread.
absolutely.
We want to get the veteran the help that they deserve, you know. And so we have a special thread for veterans.
That's cool.
So, So we get the call, and I remember we sent. My one rule is, because we are talking about VA stuff, I'm not going to say which VAs.
Right.
That we went to.
Okay.
But we told you to go to the emergency department, and I think they gave you like Librium or something.
Yeah.
And sent you on your way, and you were like, what am I going to do? So we brought you in that night.
Okay.
Yeah, and we brought you in. I know you're probably in a blackout because you called Shane the next morning and you said,
where the fuck am I?
Right. So at some point, I will black out.
Yeah.
Like I will be like, okay, I don't know what's going on.
I woke up in a strange bed.
Yeah. Like, who is this? Like, for sure.
Yeah.
That happens,
yeah.
And so, like I said, it's blurry. Like I go in and out through that whole time, because at the end of the day, all I wanted was more alcohol.
Right.
I was like, fuck these people. Like,
Yeah.
when did I agree to this?
Yeah.
And where's the bottle at, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, I'm on fire, right? And people are like, here, man, like, I'm gonna help you put that fire out. Like, and I'm like, no, give me more gasoline. Like, I just need to burn more, right?
Yeah. And then you met a guy that had more gasoline.
Yeah, for sure. So my buddy that I came back with.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I back out there when I went back to San Diego, my buddy happens to call me. He's like, dude, I'm doing really bad. And I'm like, I'm doing really bad too. And I was like, you want to go get help with me?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. And he was a lot sloppier. So he was like kind of blowing my drunk. I was like, dude, let me get you out here. Like, we're both two drunk people trying to get the treatment.
That's funny.
And it turned into a shit show. But we ended up getting here, and then like he wanted to leave, and then I was like, well, shit, I'll look for any excuse to leave, right? Because I don't even want to be here, right? So that was another excuse for me to leave, and I knew I was wrong, right? Like I was like, I'm not a dummy. I was like, I don't care, because the only thing that I wanted, like I didn't have anybody who wanted me, I didn't have a job to get to, like I had no cool stories. The only thing I can say is that I just want to continue to get drunk. And that's just like the power of this disease, right? Like,
What was hurting you? Can you pinpoint it now after like 90 days later? What
Actually, how long has it been?
94 days.
94 days.
94 days, man. Like 94 days. And I didn't even want to live when I got here.
Yeah.
To be honest, like I did not want to live. I was wanting to die. And I was in so much pain because, like I said previously, up until that point, I had about 64 days sober, 65 days sober. And I was like starting to get things back in order. And so I was just down on myself. Yeah. I let myself down.
Yeah.
And I let everyone around me down too. And then I let this alcohol back in my body, right? And so now once I introduce alcohol into this brain, I can't tell what's up or down. Like, I don't know if I'm being rational, and I'm not going to ask for help.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't know if I'm making the right decision. I'm just winging it. And when I wing it, I'm done.
You're done.
Yeah.
Sounds like a meth or a coke psychosis almost.
I'm done.
I mean, no, real alcoholic psychosis, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just going.
Yeah.
There's no control.
Wow.
I'm just going.
His levels of alcohol addiction is like my meth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we go hard
Yeah.
to the paint.
Yeah.
And multiple times I've been to the hospital, and they've been like, the fact that you're not dead
Right.
and the fact that your liver's okay is beyond us.
Right.
And I'm like, so you saying I could drink a little bit more?
Yeah, like, that's what you hear.
How many
That's
more
what
years
you
do
heard.
I got?
Yeah.
Like, you give me 10 more years, though. I don't know, man.
Right.
That's what you heard.
So,
Yeah, I'm good.
yeah. And they told me at the VA, she was like, your liver, she was like, you know what? Like, you may not die right now, but she was like, I guarantee you. And I think she had a mustache. So you can, she was like about that life.
Yeah.
And she was like, you keep this up, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
And that's the first time anyone has ever told me, other than like nonchalant, she was like, you are going to die. And I was like, I don't want to die. Maybe I do. I don't know what I want right now, but I don't know if I want to go out like this. I know I got something to offer the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once I drink, all the God-given abilities,
Out the window.
I can either use them for good
Yeah.
or I can use them for evil. Because we all have these abilities, right? That God has given us.
Yes.
Like, go, my son. And
Superhuman abilities. Superhuman.
things that he gave them just to us.
100%.
And once I drink, I use those for evil.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Same.
manipulate.
Same.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, I can do this. I can use this for whatever I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate
and
to
I
that.
do that. And I turn into a whole different person. I'm like, oh, how can I get whatever I want? I'm smarter than everyone. I don't need anyone. Everyone's like, yo, dude, we're chilling. You're the ones acting crazy.
People won't even come around because I'm so crazy. Yeah. Like, what's going on? This guy, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Like drug dealers start telling me you need to go to rehab.
That's bad.
Yeah, you know, that's really bad.
Yeah, man. It was a scary place, you know. And I think once you get to the point where you don't want to live anymore, you're like, holy shit. But I knew like the first step for me to simplify my life, I had to get the alcohol out of my system. Like the book says, right? Like you can't talk to an alcoholic and anything when you're drunk. I was like, I got to get to zeros, right? And getting the zeros was just, that's all I was focused on.
That was a goal.
That was a goal of mine. That was my life goal at that point, was just to get my blood alcohol level to 0 so I could start to maybe take some help.
Yeah.
So I could maybe hear something that made sense to me and be like, David, you got to shut up. Because I couldn't shut up and listen, you know? And like I said, like, dude, like things I said I would never do. Like, I drink hand sanitizer.
No.
Right? Yeah, for
Did
sure.
you?
Absolutely.
Damn,
For
bro.
sure. Actually, I you know, it's funny because I heard someone say that they did it in jail, and I was over there like,
You're crazy.
why would I ever do something like
Right.
that? Right. And then I was like, holy shit, I remember someone said they drink hand sanitizer in jail. Here we go. Right. I was doing anything in my power not to hit zeros. Right. And once I hit zeros, I remember being like, I did something. Like I did something that I'm proud of. Right. Because I had nothing to be proud of.
Yeah.
You know, like I had nothing. So just not having alcohol in my system was like cool. And then it was time to get to work.
Yeah.
You know?
And that was a miracle, actually.
Yeah, that
Miracle.
was. That was. And good for you for grabbing on, because they say grab onto something good, you know? And you grabbed onto your zeros.
Yeah.
I mean, it was we had an experience with you, and I wasn't that hopeful.
No.
You know, and the last time they were like,
That's
okay,
right.
he's coming back. I was like,
This guy's not gonna make it.
Is he going to do it this time? I have the
I-
text. I can read the
Yeah.
text. I remember
Is that
you
what
said.
I said?
You said, is he serious this fucking
is he
time?
going to do it
Yeah.
this time?
Because we can't. He's gonna die.
Yeah.
And I see your emotion. He's gonna die.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I said, yeah. I think this time he might make it.
Yeah, and you came back by yourself.
Yeah.
By myself. I had
Yeah.
the Rocky music playing in my head. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oh man,
Nice.
I was ready to
Nothing
go.
like that music.
Oh, man, I was
That's
like,
cool.
I
man.
still love that, because like that movie was out when I was a kid, and I would just be
Yeah.
doing push-ups,
Taking on the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no
Yes.
stopping us.
third grade.
and I wanted you guys to know me, right?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want my last soul. It was hard for me to come back because I was embarrassed.
Yeah. You
right?
said you were embarrassed.
I was so embarrassed.
I said everyone loves you here, man.
I
and
broke
you
down
see
in
when you came
tears.
back. How was
Yeah.
it?
It was
Pure love.
pure love. But
Pure love.
but me, I'm like, look at me. I'm a big old piece of shit. And I broke down in tears, and I told my case manager, I'm like, dude, I'm embarrassed. You know, like this is not me, you know? And then so I wanted to come, I came back and I was like, dude, these people I want to get to know these people. I want them to know me like for who I am, you know? And I'm not this drunk, right? Because
Yeah.
I talked to a couple people and they're like, you're just a fucking drunk. That's all you are. You know, that's probably all you're ever going to be. And I'm just like, fuck you. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I'm more than that. Like there's something under here. You know, I got to deal with this.
Yeah. You got a nice charismatic personality, man.
Thank you, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the sky's the limit.
Yeah, it is.
Sky's
It
the
really
limit.
is.
I had no idea what I was going to do 20 years ago. 21 years ago.
Yeah.
Almost died in a car accident.
Mm,
5 days later, I had a little baby girl.
that's how it be too.
Day
Yeah.
late, he showed up.
2 days late.
2 days late.
Yeah. She was here yesterday. She was our episode 1.
Is she also in recovery?
She is not.
Okay.
I don't know that she has the disease.
Okay.
She's dabbled in drugs
Okay.
and alcohol and marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
But she lost her. She lost her. What would have been my son-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
She found him dead in his bed on 9/11.
That's
So
terrible.
I wanted
This
to-
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 months ago.
It's
So
so
I want-
fresh.
Yeah, I wanted to have for me, because my little girl saved my life, changed my life. I have this amazing life that I live because she was born. Because that day that I went and held her, I made a decision that I didn't want to live that way anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it hasn't been perfect. I've had relapses along the way. It's been brutal. But at the end of the day, that little girl changed my life.
I can relate.
I was a loser. I was the biggest loser on the planet at that time. The day she was born, I was like not a good human being. I would have been better. Most of the world would have been better off if I wasn't here,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Totally
And,
relate.
So she's like super special to me. And her mom's a heroin addict, and her mom's never really been in her life. So I've had custody of her since she was 36 days old.
Oh,
So it's like
you're her everything.
yeah.
Yeah. She said yesterday that's what the,
everything,
she's-
for sure.
everything, yeah.
Mhm.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The kids will do that, you know. I got an 8-year-old, and Addie was born, I mean, out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, you know. And I remember thinking, like, I was 23, like, I want to show up for this kid. And this
Yeah.
disease has made it hard, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, man, like, nothing like having that little one that just, you look at him and you're like, man, I want to do better. But I couldn't even do it for her.
No, you can't. You can't. I
Figure
mean,
that
I
out.
went through my own struggles.
Yeah.
Because and she's my everything. She's been my whole world. You know, because I have other kids and I love them all exactly the same, but she doesn't have another parent in her
Mhm.
life. So you know, there's a little something more that I feel obligated to be her mom and her dad.
Mm-hmm. That's not easy.
No, it's not.
Easy at all.
You know, and I let her down in her teenage years, and that was rough, really rough. But you know, through it all, I think our bond is closer than ever now,
Mhm.
very strong, and yeah,
Nothing like a dad's love for his princess.
yeah,
You know.
It really isn't. And listen, don't get, they judge us.
Mhm.
The kids they judge us later in life when they're 40, 35 and we're older. They're going to judge us, bro. And they're going to know that you turned around. They're going to know you
Yep.
came around, and you
Yeah.
have that opportunity now in your life
Absolutely.
to say, you know what? Yeah, I fucked up a little bit, but here I am.
Yeah.
I got my
crushing
stuff.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crushing it.
Yeah.
Crushing it.
I mean, just the fact that you're sitting here right now. I mean, I remember the day that I ran into you in the parking lot, and I was just like, "Who's this guy? This is Davey."
I know.
I remember what you said to me. You were like, you're a real alcoholic. And I
Yeah.
was like, yes, sir, I am.
Yeah.
I own that, you know.
Yeah,
It doesn't even feel real sometimes, to be honest. And like, not even with the whole days, like how many days I have sober. It's like the things that have happened to me, like just in the past week, you know. My dad,
No, tell us.
past week, my daughter's going to be relocating to Scotland.
Mhm.
Found that out the hard way,
Yeah.
right? And that's, if you want to cut me deep, you know, you gotta deal with my daughter, right? That cuts me deep. That hurts on a different level, right? Because that is my everything, right? And then my dad is sick. Found that over the weekend, you know. And granted, I've done nothing in sobriety. I've done nothing sober. Anything that life throws at me,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
See you later. You know, I'm sometimes looking for things, to be honest.
Right. We all are, bro.
I'm like, is it
Yes.
raining? Is it raining out there? All right.
Yes.
Cool, I'm drinking, you know. But, you know, it happened while I'm here. I'm in a controlled environment, you know. Granted, like I'm in a sober living house.
Let's call it
but
semi-controlled.
Semi-controlled,
Semi-controlled.
Right? I
You
like
still
that.
got free reign.
I do. And if I want to go pick up, the store's right there, right?
Right there.
But these things hit me, right? And I'm like, okay. I call my sponsor, and he's like, this is the moment you've been training for.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm like, okay. He's like, what are you
Training.
Yeah, he's like, this moment. He's like, you got this, right? He's like, you already called me,
Yeah.
right? And so I leaned in, and I'm like, you know what? These things are gonna happen no matter what. My daughter's gonna be probably relocated no matter what. My dad's gonna have to go through this and deal with this in his liver no matter what. What does me drinking add to that situation?
Yeah, there
pain for them, and
Pain
pain
for
for
them.
yourself.
There you go.
You know,
Way to
like
play
That's what it
through.
adds.
Way to
Yeah.
play through.
yep. I spoke with my dad. My dad's like, dude, you're here. He's like, you're with me and you're sober.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing else.
Nothing else, just over the
Nothing.
phone. He's like,
Yeah.
you're just here with me through this, and I'm like, oh my god, I've never been able to show up for anyone.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry.
I just got goosebumps.
Because we all worry. Like, I mean, I with my kids, I worry,
Yeah.
but they're not home, and you know, I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning every morning, you know,
Mhm.
just for my prayers, meditation, all that stuff. And if one of my kids isn't home,
You worry.
I worry.
Yeah.
You know, I'm checking their location. Where are they?
Mhm.
Are they safe?
That's a real thing,
know?
especially in today's
I
world.
have adult children now. You know,
Couldn't imagine.
I don't know how that happened.
It happens.
It's just
They grow up and
Just the other day, I was 26.
yeah.
I know. God, my kid turned 14 yesterday.
That's a good
Yesterday.
age.
Yesterday.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Girl, boy.
I have 3 kids. Oldest is a boy and then 2 girls.
Okay, you got the oldest is the son. That's
Yeah.
good. He can go in there and avenge
Yeah.
if he needs to.
Yeah.
You got him in jujitsu.
No, he's artistic. He's artistic.
Yeah, he's artistic.
I love him. He's artistic. I'm not. I never
either.
did art. I never sang. I was always hockey, boxing.
Yep.
I was fighting. I was a kid. I was a real boy.
I was getting dirty.
Yeah, bro.
Yep.
Dirty. You know, cuts and just everything boyish. And he's a gamer. He's a keener. He's a nerd, but he's such a kind soul. You know, he's just full of love.
Yeah.
Full of love.
That's more important. Than
Yeah,
anything.
and I take him to the gym 3 days a week.
Okay.
So I got him going to the gym, and he knows, he sees me at the gym 7 days a week, and yoga, prayer, meditation. You know, I'm leading by example, so he's catching on and knows the right things to do.
That's all that matters.
Yeah,
That's huge.
yeah.
So we've been prior to you, we were talking to another vet.
Yeah.
Luke, you probably know.
I know, Luke.
So he didn't have the same experience with the VA and getting a CCN referral. And that's the experience that most vets have. So that was one of the topics that we were talking about. And you know, you're blessed. So you're one of the currently you are a CCN success story.
Totally. And it feels like it too. Because the thing is, it's been, I just show up here, right? And I just get care.
Yeah.
And it should be like that for everyone, right?
Right.
But dude, I'm being taken care of by the government that I already showed up for.
Yeah.
Right.
People that I showed up for,
Yes.
right? So in my time of need, because I didn't have health insurance because I left my job,
Yeah.
so I had no insurance.
Right.
And the thing is, the VA didn't even come up in my mind, just because of like some poor experiences that I've had in the past. I was like, I can't even count on those guys.
Right.
I got to do this on my own.
Yeah.
And then it is a blessing. I got here through Shane, and things worked out, and I'm
Right.
here, and it's been, I'm just working on myself.
Right.
Right? Like, I don't have to get back to a job or things like that. I'm being taken care of.
Yeah.
And man,
And well deserved, man.
Well deserved.
for
Yeah.
sure. And
Like, thank you for your service.
Yeah,
of
totally.
course.
Totally.
Everyone should, every vet should
Every
have this
vet should
opportunity.
have this opportunity.
It doesn't make sense not to,
Right.
you know? And
That's one of the reasons why we're having this conversation today.
well, so I spoke with a case manager from the VA, and I was telling her about this. She had no idea that's even like that the VA would even, because not every VA is gonna send you to an outside facility,
Right.
right? Nor did I know that existed,
Right.
right? And when I told her, she was like, "Wait, what? You're where? How
Yeah.
did that happen?" And I was just like, "I don't know, God."
Wow,
Like,
right?
I was like, "I don't know how it happened. Some guy made a call, and it worked out.
Yeah.
and I'm here, and I haven't gotten the
basically-
bill, right? Like,
Yeah,
Shane,
and-
Chad's like, that bill's coming. Don't worry about
No,
it."
No,
it's
there's
not.
no bill.
I'm just
Ever.
joking.
Yeah.
I'm
Ever.
just joking.
Ever.
No bill.
Yeah, man. So that's amazing, you
Yeah, it's
know,
been paid for.
because we need it,
Yeah.
right? Everyone needs it, you know. But
Most of us haven't gone through the same stuff though that you guys went through.
it's nice to know someone has your back,
Yeah.
you know, and not for it to be so hard, right? Like to find out information
Yeah.
that should be readily available for us to know.
That's what we were talking about.
You
with
know?
Luke. Yeah.
If I want to
It's
know
like,
something,
you shouldn't have to jump through 1,000 hoops to get
1,000
there.
hoops. You know, you call one number to get sent to
To
another
get
number,
sent to another
to
one.
put on hold,
Yeah.
to be like, call back tomorrow.
2 weeks later.
2 weeks later, you know, by that time, I've already drank myself to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want the help, right?
Yeah.
I want to come and be like, yo,
A small crack of window there.
just help me out.
That's
Just show
it.
me the way,
Yeah.
right? So I think what's going to be important is getting that information out there.
Yeah. That's
Who knows about it?
Yeah, that's what we're doing here.
Yeah, for sure. And that's huge. That means a lot to me, you know, because a facility that takes vets, right? Like that's God.
we were on our way to being a full vet facility at one of the facilities. Well, the one that you're currently at. We were well on our way, and then come January 1st, they decided to pull that system out from under us. It's still available, but you know, in 2022, we probably put through 100 vets
Oh wow.
through our program.
And Chad, too, one more thing. You know what happens in here too? Once you got a bunch of vets. So once I got in here, I was surrounded by other vets with the same issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We started talking.
Yeah.
And they were like, dude, are you doing this? I'm like, no, what's that? And then they're like, well, you got to do this. And I'm
That's
like, what?
cool.
I'm like, what? And so we were able to come together and kind of share knowledge about things that we should all be doing.
Yeah.
And that blew my mind, right? Because now I'm like getting looking into disability and like housing and continued treatment and things like that. So we get in here and we talk and we're like, dude, you got to be doing that. Or I didn't know about that. Let me tell you about that.
Right.
Changed my
Well,
life.
it's just like, show me someone's friends and I'll show you whether he's successful or not. I don't have to meet the actual man. Show me his first 3 friends.
Yeah, but you get the vets together
Yeah.
because there's information that each vet has that they know that they've experienced at the VA.
Yep.
And there's good stuff at the VA.
Good stuff.
It's not all bad. I mean, we've been talking about the poor substance use and mental health, getting them to outside treatment because they don't have enough beds. First and foremost, they don't have enough beds in at the DOMs.
Nope.
you know, there's a lot of vets out there that are you know, not just drinking, but you know, homeless, fentanyl, and they're gonna die if they don't get help.
And the Dom is not for everyone, right?
No, it's not.
The Dom would have never worked for me if I would have went to the Dom.
Yeah.
Where I was, I needed a different level of care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And so, you can't send everyone? There's not a cookie cutter approach to every veteran or every person that is sick, right? Like
Yeah.
you got to look at that person and be like, ooh, okay, we got to get you over here, man, because this is just not. And I told them that out of respect, right? Because they were gonna send me to the Dom after like 3 weeks of being
Yeah, I
here. They
remember
called me,
that.
they said, hey, come on over. And thank God I was 3 weeks sober, because I was like, no, man, like you don't understand. If I get in my car right now and drive all the way there,
I'm stopping at the store.
I'm gonna stop. I told her that I was like, I'm gonna stop at the store on the way there, and she was like, "Stay where you are," because I knew it.
That was nice of her.
Yeah.
That was
She was like, this option is still here for you later, but she's like, if you think where you are is gonna save your life, stay where you are. And there was nothing but respect there, and I was like,
Nice.
thank you, because I can't.
see. That's good to hear. See,
Yeah.
there are good stories coming out.
There
you know,
are.
and your
Yeah.
story is one of the blessings of not just of the CCN, but the fact that you've dealt with amazing case managers and social workers within the Dom.
Yeah, I think it's about who you get on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that brutal honesty, right?
Yeah.
'Cause at that point, I was like, man, I actually want to live, right?
Right.
Things are getting better.
Yeah.
And I had already, from other vets, kind of heard about the Dom and what the experience is like. And as someone who maybe doesn't want to get well, I was like, well, I can kind of, I get a little more freedom.
Skate. I can skate a little here.
And I was like, I don't need that. I was like, I don't need access to my car, right now. Like I don't need these things. And you can't argue with someone that says, if I move, I'll die. What else can you say, right? But you gotta open that door and be like, hey, look, man, if I get in that car and drive there, I might not even make it there. You can't make me move. You can't have me move. Like if you really care about me, I think that everyone.
Yeah, that's a
coming
serious day right
from-
there.
That's a serious day.
That's a serious
I'm
day.
gonna die, and that's
yeah,
the
you're
case.
gonna die. You drive, you die. You stop, you're not
I
making it.
stop. I get drunk again after this. I may
God
not make
knows.
it back.
Yeah.
So and she told me, very sweet lady, and was like, stay where you are. It was kind of one of those things being like, hey, I'm really fucked up. Like
Yeah.
you don't want me coming. Like I'm bad.
And that's actually your story is how it should be. Your story is how it was for a short period of time, very short period of time. I mean, we were able to get you in basically same day.
Same day.
Yeah.
Almost.
Same day. And we had the referral in hand. And then on top of that, they allowed you to stay even when a bed opened up. But look, even if a bed opens up and they have, if you're in a CCN and you don't, like your case, that if you would have went, you would have drank and you would have died.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody else for that bed.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of people waiting for a bed at the Dom.
Absolutely.
Plenty of people.
There should never be a pressure to move someone from an environment that they've gotten comfortable with, because
And where they're thriving.
where they're thriving, right? You get here. I've now opened up to my case managers. I'm getting honest now.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see the light, right?
Yeah.
And then you want to snatch me from this environment where I've already opened up, and then move me
Brand new.
brand new.
Yeah.
So now you're not thinking about me
Right.
and my mental state,
Right.
right? Like you're thinking about the fact that this is a numbers game. This isn't a number, because people aren't numbers,
No, they're not.
right? And so when you want it, you're not afraid to be like, I'm not going nowhere.
Advocate.
Yeah.
I'm not moving.
Good for you.
And
Yeah.
and I did that in a respectful way, but I wanted her to feel in her heart where I was like, you got to make people feel
It's her responsibility right now for your life. You got to make a
feel.
decision, lady.
for me.
Yeah.
Feel for me. I
course.
want this. I don't want to do this anymore, And I got not everyone's going to get the same type of person on the other end of the phone though, right? Sometimes it's like hey, you don't come here. She was at the end of the call. She was like, hey, well, you know what? Later on, if you decide you want to come, we'll still have you. And I was
Right.
like, this lady's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
who is
That's
this person?
amazing.
That's how it should be.
That is
Yeah.
actually how it should be.
Yeah, we've heard it
That's
both
how
ways.
private. That's how private treatment is. It's like, you know what? Somebody wants to. If this isn't the right facility for somebody, we'll help them find.
Door to door.
Yeah, we'll do a door-to-door transfer. This isn't the right place for everybody. That's how it should work.
Yeah, I've had nothing but the only times I've had bad experiences, I was getting in my own way.
Yeah.
Because I'm a firm believer. Like, I think the facility, the place you go assists in like getting sober, But a lot of that, you got to get to that point. You know, I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years of in and out, right? 30 days here. And I get out and I'm like, oh, I know what I did wrong. Right? And I do it over and over again. And this time, whatever happened to me,
Something clicked.
it broke.
Yeah.
I broke because I needed to, the way God works in my life is this. You know, like I've been like kind of been giving God credit throughout the years, but I kind of been like a prideful, egotistical dick, being like, I did this, so I deserve this.
Yeah.
Look at what I built. Look at this, right? And God was like, man, we need to humble this guy. Like this guy needs to be humble.
Yes.
He's walking around like his shit doesn't stink, and it does, right?
Yeah.
And so 27, I found I'm realized I'm an alcoholic. And I built this life of not saying thank you, not asking for help, don't need anybody. And I'm faced with this disease that I now have to do all the things that I have never done. I got to ask for help. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do these things. I did not train for this,
No.
right? And it was that way for God to be like, you need me. You know, whether you're God or spiritual, it brought me back to being like
A human.
a human.
A human.
Like humbled me.
Yeah, humbled
To
you.
be like, dude, you can do this the easy way or you can do it the hard way.
Yeah.
You do it the hard way for long enough. You're like, okay, God, I get it now. All right, let's do it. You know, let's do this thing, you know? And I'm just grateful to be alive, man.
Yeah.
I'm grateful to be alive. I volunteer. I work not a perfect program, but I listen. I shut up, you know? I got people that tell me to shut up too,
Good.
you know, and I
Good.
appreciate that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And
So what do you got going on in your life right now?
so right now, I volunteer.
Yeah.
Teach a fitness class
Nice.
at a rehab in Newport
Nice.
every Monday. I'm a certified personal trainer.
Awesome.
So I actually got certified before I came here, but with the knee surgery and things kind of slowed down. So I'm starting to get into what I love.
Yeah.
I give back, man. I do a lot of me. This is my full-time job,
Yeah.
right? So never in my life have I ever been able to just focus 100% on what's going on with me, you know?
Yeah.
So I go to meetings, right?
Yeah.
And I just hang out with other alcoholics.
Good for you.
You know, and I had all these cool plans when I got here. I was like, well, I'm gonna do 30 days and I think I'll go back out there and
I remember you saying
you know,
30 days. I'm
it's like,
bro,
Davey, shut the
You
hell
said
That's
something
what I
about a
said.
job. I have a job waiting for me.
got-
I remember.
I had all this
Yeah.
stuff set up and I'm just like, and so as you get here and you get humbled more, you're like, bro, stop. Like literally.
Nothing's there.
Like that's
There's nothing there,
There's
bro.
nothing there for you, dude.
Yeah.
So it went from me wanting to stay at 30 days to me. No, it went from me wanting to transfer to another treatment facility to me, okay, I'll do 30 days, to me being like, holy crap, like I need the type of alcoholic, the type of sickness that I have,
Yeah.
and that's just the alcohol, right? I got all this other stuff going on that I've never even looked at,
Yeah.
you know, because that's when you really see how fucked up you are, when you
Yeah.
can't even blame shit on alcohol. You know, like I can't be like I was drunk. They're like, bro,
Yeah.
you haven't drank in 94 days.
Yeah.
You're being a dick.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So now I'm relocating to Orange County. I'm staying here in Orange
Good
County.
for you.
This is where my life is now.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me.
You know?
That is
20,
cool.
20 years ago. I didn't grow up out here.
No,
I went to rehab in Orange County. And I stayed.
and this is my life.
Yeah. Say me.
Yeah.
I came from Canada
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Canada?
Canada.
Now, where's that at?
You're Canadian, eh?
Canadian.
You Canadian, eh?
Canadian.
I love Canadians, man.
Canadian.
I love
Yeah.
Canada, by the
Yeah.
way.
Canada's all right.
I-
Yeah.
Winni-
Well, I just visit Vancouver, and I'm like,
Yeah. Vancouver's gorgeous.
yeah, Vancouver's
Yeah,
amazing.
What about
Yeah.
Winnipeg?
No. It's
Have you ever been to Winnipeg?
No.
dusty. It's dusty. It's
Dusty?
dusty. Everything's dusty in Winnipeg.
Oh, they
Cold,
don't- dirt
super cold
roads?
though.
Super cold.
Super cold.
Super
Yeah.
cold. Dirty.
Yeah, man. Things are good though. You know, things are good. I'm excited to stay here. You know, because I was like, man, I got to get back to San Diego. And it's like, what do you need to get back to? Right. But I create this thing in my head that I have to get back to things.
A sense of urgency.
Right. Sense of urgency.
You know, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, I got to get back to these things. And it's like, no, you know. So I am going through the VA for some housing assistance.
Nice.
You know, and I'm just trusting the process.
Yeah.
You know, I'll come in here and get real with people.
It'll happen right when it's supposed to happen.
Right when it's supposed to happen.
When you're doing right with God.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I may never get this chance again.
No. And I was, like I can take it to just this podcast. I wanted to start it like last Friday or Monday. And it's like technical difficulties, man.
Yeah.
The Amazon package didn't arrive on time, or
Right.
we got the wrong cord, or you know.
Life.
Yeah.
When you guys asked me, I was like, first of all, I was like, who are you Are you talking to me? You know, because when I first got here, like they were like, this dude can't even go into Ralph's.
Yeah.
Right? And
Right.
like,
Yes.
like,
you had rules.
I had rules.
You couldn't go.
I could not do anything.
The bottle.
The bathroom, they were like, dude, crack that door, bro, before you go. You know, like it was because you just didn't know. You blink and I'd be like, I'd be gone.
Well, I remember you said the first or the second time you said, yeah, Shane, the store's right across the street, man. What do you want me to do?
And you're like, bro, just don't do
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I know that's it, and that's the thing too. I could blame it on a lot of things, but the honest to God truth is I was not ready.
Yeah.
I could blame it on everything.
Yeah.
I didn't want to stop
Yeah,
drinking.
we stick with people though.
Yeah,
We
you got
stick
stuck
with people.
Well, that's the thing. That's one of the things that we do. We stick with you.
Yeah.
We love people. We've all been. You have no man. I had people take me to rehab in Florida, and they'd get on a plane to leave home, and I'd be sitting in the house when my wife showed back up.
Yep.
I was already home,
Yep.
gone.
Intentions from the beginning.
Yep.
Yep.
I'd wake up like out of my haze, and I'd be in Florida in a rehab, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Why did I agree to this shit?
Mm-hmm.
And I just bolt.
And kudos to you guys, right? Like
Yeah.
that was like I've never been in such a bad place ever. I don't think, right? And then I'm here, and I'm like, just think about that call that I like going through my brain, and I'm like, can I call these guys again? Like, will they even let me back? Right? Like, what do they think of me? All these things are going through my head, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, sometimes that'll keep a person out there just
100%.
drinking. Like, wow,
100%.
what's the point, right? And something told me just to call back, right? Something told me was just like, dude, what's the worst they can say is just no.
That's
right?
it.
That's the worst they can
That's
say
it.
is no, like, and whatever. And I'm like, dude, like, I'm like, I did all these crazy things, and it's like I did what alcoholics do, right?
Yeah.
I did what alcoholics do.
We know what
You know?
alcoholics do. Yeah.
And I'm like, these people know what alcoholics
Yeah.
do. You know, they drink.
Alcoholics drink. Yeah.
And when I picked up that phone the last time, I made sure that I was like, I'm ready. You
Yeah.
know, like this is it. Like I'm ready. Let's do this.
Our
you know?
our question back usually when people call, we rarely do we say no.
Right.
I mean, you've had to done something,
Drastic.
drastic,
Drastic.
violent,
Violent.
brought drugs into the house or shared them with other people. People bring drugs all the time.
I could imagine.
It happens. Many times I went to detox, and I didn't even start detox until 4 days later.
Yeah, I just did the math on that. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, 4 days later. But we usually just say, what are you gonna do different?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you really ready? That's another question. Are you really ready?
Yeah. That I was asked those questions.
Yeah.
You know,
You
and I
proved
was-
it, man.
Oh yeah, you did.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're our third guest on our podcast because a lot of this. You're one of our VA
Miracles.
miracles, CCN miracles,
It's
success
possible.
stories.
Yeah.
It's possible. You know, it really is. It's possible, and I didn't think it was deep down inside. I knew I could do it, right? But I was like, man, like things were so dark, and I'm like, dude, like how do I ever get back? Like how do I
Yeah.
even do?
Where
it?
do I start?
Where do I start?
Yeah.
And I had people around me being like, "We got you."
Yeah.
Like I didn't do this. Like I have very little to do with this.
The
You
start. The start was other people.
The start was
Yeah.
the other people, and now like I've gradually gotten a little bit more responsibility
Yeah.
and things that I got to keep up to stay healthy. But from the beginning, I had a man to tell me. I had people in my life telling me like, "We got you.
Yeah.
We gonna hold you up until you can walk again."
100%.
Because I came in crawling,
Crawling.
Yeah.
you know, and I was scared, and I had no confidence, and I was
coming in a wheelchair.
I might have come. Who knows, right?
Who's your case manager?
Amanda, dude.
Amanda.
God
She's
sent.
good. She's good. She's
Yeah,
good.
amazing.
She's sent from God.
Yeah.
Right? Because I got here and I was just like, man, I'm done.
Yeah.
Stick a fork in me.
Right.
She was like, we got this.
Yeah.
She's good.
Yeah, she's one of
She's
us.
good,
She's
yeah.
one of me. She knows.
Yeah,
you
she
know?
knows.
She knows what's going on.
Yeah.
So everything I was spewing at her, she was like, I know.
Yeah,
Been there.
been there.
And I'm like, you been there?
She's got 3-4 boys, I think. She's got a big
She got a
family.
family.
Yeah, she was a wine drinker.
Yep. Yeah, the winos, man. You got to watch
Yeah,
out for
she was a
them.
wino. She used to be my neighbor.
You know? She held me up, man, and was like, we're going to get through this.
Yeah.
And then my problems, they started to shrink.
Isn't that amazing?
They started to shrink. I was like, wait a minute, that's not such a
You know what they told me when one time in I think it was rehab. They said you only have to change one thing, and I was like, "What's that?" And they were like, "Everything." But what's funny is later on I realized that I really only had to change one thing, and that was my perception.
Mm-hmm.
And when my perception changed, everything else changed.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
That was the one gift, like a change in perception. You know,
That's huge.
huge.
Right.
Yeah.
I no longer see. I'm no longer a victim.
And that's a
I'm not a
small
victim.
shift. That's a
Yeah.
small
The
mental
victim.
shift, man.
Victim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Woe is me.
yeah, woe is me.
Yeah.
Man, God, Scott is so bad. Oh man.
Yeah,
You know.
or me.
Yep.
I mean, no.
Yep. That
Pour me another drink.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the old me. Pour me another drink. Not no more.
Yeah, I can say I don't got a drink today, man.
Yeah.
You know, but even that, like, so there's been days where I'm like, I've been here for 94 days, right? Like, it's time to go spread my wings,
Yeah.
right? But you know what? Like, when I start having those ideas, I go talk to people again,
Good for you. Good for
right?
you. Good
Yeah.
for you.
Gotta be careful because I don't trust this thing.
Yeah. Still.
No,
It
your
wants
first
me
thought's
dead.
always wrong. It wants you dead.
It wants me dead.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're cool and all, but it wants me dead
Still.
without even knowing
Still.
it.
100%. 100%.
Man, I get other
My head
people.
lies to me all the time.
I stayed.
like,
I stayed 1 year. I did the run 3-4 times, and this last time the guy told me, he said, "Shane, you're crazy. You're a cracker. If you leave after a year, you're dead within 6 months." I stayed the year, and this was 15 years ago.
Mhm.
You know,
It's amazing.
yeah.
Haven't smoked crack since, huh?
Haven't smoked crack since.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
That is good. That's
Yeah.
good.
yeah.
God is good.
All
God
the
is
time.
incredible.
Yeah.
All the time, you know. But I get with people, and I'm like,
You have to question him. Run.
I gotta run it by someone.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta check. I almost check everything now.
Eventually, you do know that what the right answer is.
Yeah.
Like if I have to question myself,
It's
if
probably
I'm
Yeah,
if I'm like,
absolutely.
Chad, is that really a good decision?
Yep.
It's probably not.
Yeah, well,
I agree with that.
There
I
comes a
agree with
point
that.
where you don't even have to make that call to your
Yep.
sponsor because you know what he's going to say.
Yep. Let's start early on.
Make
Yeah.
the call anyways.
I make the call, and I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I got nowhere to be. This is it. I'm getting well. I can get well longer. Wait a minute here. You guys are telling me that I can continue to be here and to work on my trauma, my PTSD.
Thrive.
Yeah, and the good
and build
good
a-
news is too you can drop levels of care. You know.
Absolutely. You know, but things are good where they are.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny because when I moved from residential to sober living,
Yeah,
I had a conversation with a man and I said, "Hey, I'm not even gonna. You guys let me know. You guys just let me know what you need me to do, right? Because I can easily be like, hey, this is what I think I'm doing, crunching the numbers,
Yeah,
and it's like." They came to me and was like, "Hey, we think it's time for you to do that." Right?
Nice.
Never in my like. Typically, it's a me controlling.
Yeah,
like, hey,
of
man,
course.
I've been here for 45 days. I need to.
I'm about to roll here.
Yeah,
Let me
but
go,
it's like,
man.
bro,
Come on.
It's like, hey, you let me know where you want me to be and what
Smart.
time you need me to be there.
Smart. You put your life in the hands of someone that has no
First year is imperative.
imperative.
It's imperative.
Never
You
had
can't
that,
trust
but I'm
yourself.
looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't trust yourself.
You can't.
You know,
Yeah, just hang out. You know, good decisions. Stay right here.
stay right here. I'm
Yeah.
happy. I'm safe.
Yeah.
And you're
You know?
helping people too,
And
man.
I'm helping people.
You're helping
Yep.
people here.
That's the gift right
Yeah.
there.
Giving it away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We get to help people. You get to help other vets.
Yeah.
Like we help vets, but it's not the same a vet helping a vet.
Yeah, just like an alcoholic helping another
Yeah,
alcoholic.
or an
Yeah.
alcoholic helping another alcoholic.
Yeah, but it's special when it's a veteran
It's a vet.
alcoholic.
That's what I felt when I
You
got
know,
here.
it's special.
Another vet.
See,
being
we feel like it's special when we get to help a
Yeah.
vet, though.
Yeah, that's why we don't let go. That's why I called you 10 times, 20 times. I
It
don't know
is
how many,
special.
50
I mean,
times.
that's how we get ourselves in trouble with the VA because we're so dedicated and we call and we want to advocate and they're like, "Wah,"
Yeah.
you know.
Don't advocate for the vet. Let him advocate for himself. I'm
Just-
like, bro,
what?
he just blew a 0.5. He can't even talk.
Yeah, guy can't advocate for himself right
not
now.
at all. You know, but someone was there to advocate for me.
Yeah.
and I did not know. Like I said, I didn't know that because without saying the name of the VA that I was attached to originally, they don't send you to outward care.
No.
And then on top of that, when I did call back, she told me that there was a 3 week wait list.
Yeah.
So basically, I guess I got to maintain this 0.5 alcohol
Right.
level for another 3 weeks. Whew. Okay, giddy up.
Jesus.
Right?
Yeah,
What do I do for 3
that's
more?
what you heard, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what do I do?
Well, that's
for
what she
3
said there.
What do I do for 3 more weeks? And I kind of got a little upset because I was like, well, what do you? what do people do when they need help right now? You know, and are you gonna email me over some numbers? Oh man, okay, well this is bad, right? Like, what do I do right now if I want to stop? Like, I want help. I'm asking you for help. Where do I go now? I guess you just drink for a little bit longer, or you hope that someone like Shane calls you and you're like, bro, get over here.
Yeah.
Don't drive.
We're
Get over here.
we're advocating for change, man.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
huge.
at the highest level.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
At
something
the
I want to be a
highest
part
level.
of. I've
Yeah.
thought about what you guys are doing.
You are.
right now.
We'll
I'm
take
like,
you
This
up
is
there.
it, bro. You,
Hey,
This is
if I
sick.
have to go testify in front of Congress, you're coming with me.
yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
gonna sit in a room and we're gonna tell them
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
Yep,
And what are you
it's a
gonna
real
do to
thing.
make it better?
It's a real thing.
Yeah, what are you
know.
gonna do to make it better?
Well, they're
Because
dying out there.
here's a success story
Yeah.
right here.
Right here.
And they're
that
dying out
community
there.
care.
We're dying.
Dying.
Yeah.
We're dying on the street.
Dying.
You know,
We're gonna
I
hit
heard
the
him talk
streets.
about the 22.
the suicide rate.
Yeah, and that's down to 17. But what
I
about
heard
the,
it was
what
up to 40.
What about the fentanyl deaths?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just going by
I
what
know.
was said at the speech. I'm not.
Oh yeah.
I try not to get political on my Hopeaholics podcast
Yeah.
because it's not this isn't politics. It is in a sense that anytime we're dealing with the government, it's
Right.
political, right? But the VA is political.
Right.
But
Can we agree? It's just more than what?
More than it's too much.
It's too many.
It's way too much.
17 is too many.
Yeah.
But my point is that even if it had dropped to 17, are you how many fentanyl deaths are you counting?
Mm-hmm.
How many? How many veterans are dying from fentanyl that you're not counting as a suicide?
Yeah. That's huge.
I mean, I can tell you that in the private sector, we are losing people at tenfold of what we were losing them prior to there being any fentanyl.
That's insane to me.
Tenfold.
And the VA, the veterans is a smaller community, and the
Yeah.
numbers are still high.
High.
You know, and sometimes I think, and I know this is not the case, but when it comes to like the VA and the benefits, it's almost like, and this I could be totally off, but it's almost like they don't want us to know. And I don't know why they wouldn't, but it's almost like, why don't I know about the reason why I knew about like certain care is because through this last run, like I wanted to take my life, you know?
Yeah.
And so once that happens, they flag that in the system, right? And then once that flag happens in the system, you get a case manager now. Right. And the first thing she told me when she called me, she was like, it's sad that someone has to almost do this to get a me,
Right.
and she was like, I'm going to call you once a week and we're going to do all these things. That happened when I first got here. I got that person, and she was like, this is what happens. You got to almost, something has to happen for us to be like, reach out to you. And she was like, now I'm dedicated to you. Right.
Yeah.
Like, what can I do for you? How about we just expand that on a larger scale to have like everyone get reached out to, like get this
Right.
information out there that
Right.
there's help, right? Like, come on, man. Because when I signed with that dotted line,
Yeah.
at
that's-
17,
That will. The will.
oh, dude, they were like,
Bro.
get in here, man. Like, you're young and strapping. Like,
Yeah.
come on,
Let's
And
go.
let's go. We're gonna go do this, right? And I was
Yeah.
excited. They were excited.
Yeah.
And then you get out there, you're like, okay, so what do I do if this happens? They're like, I don't know. We'll give you a pamphlet.
Right.
We'll give you a pamphlet.
Yeah, we hear that.
I'm gonna do it with a pamphlet, right?
Yeah, we hear that.
So they can be better.
They can
You
do
know,
better.
but I think
Everybody can do.
everyone-
Even we can do better. Like
Everyone.
my facilities, we can do better. Like we all have to strive to do better. Continue to improve
Yeah.
in care.
Yeah.
These are people's lives. I sometimes get feedback. People are like, "Wow, they're just addicts," and I'm like, "No, fuck that. You fucking kidding me?" Or they're like, "They have a choice." And I say, have you really?
The greatest people I know are in recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the people that God has put in my life,
yeah,
have used to smoke crack and drink a bottle a day.
Yeah.
And now you see them now. Those people show up for you.
yeah.
I didn't know I thought I had friends. I didn't have friends until I got to recovery.
The only time I don't show up is when my friends are like, "Hey, do you want to help me move?"
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah, that's a given now.
Then I'm like, I'll pay for your
Yeah,
move.
That's what I was going to say. I'll Venmo you a couple
I'll-
$100.
I'll-
Yeah,
I'll
bro.
I'll pay for your mover.
Yes.
Like
That's
the
what I say
moving
too.
truck, a couple
Everything.
guys,
I don't
whatever
care.
it is.
Yeah,
I'm not
moving's the
showing up for
worst.
that.
I'd rather
Nope.
give you $1,000.
And I don't feel bad about it.
I don't feel
I don't feel bad
either,
about it.
man.
I can't, man. I'm out of town, dude.
Yeah. like when I was younger, I probably would have showed up, But
Yeah.
man, I moved so
Moving's
many
not tough.
times. It's
I
not
know.
fun.
Back pain.
I moved like two years ago and I was like, I swore when I bought my last house, I was like, I'm here forever. Forever. Then I got married and I had and gained a couple more kids, and it's just like my house is too small.
Yep. Again.
Yeah. Plus the market was booming.
The thing about moving too is like when someone calls you like, "Hey, can you help me move?" They always downplay what the move looks like.
Yeah.
Just
They're like, "I'll do a couple things.
Yeah.
No stairs.
Yeah,
you
no
get
stairs.
there.
You get there, it's third floor apartment building, and you're
So
like,
much furniture.
yeah,
TV
and the
doesn't fit
stairway
through
is
the door.
like, duke.
They're a hoarder." You're like, man,
Well, man, thank you.
of
Thanks
course.
for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
man.
like one more question though. What made you want to join?
The military.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a kind of a pretty shitty area.
Yeah.
My parents didn't have much.
Right.
And I really wanted to. I want to say I was gung ho about saving, like fighting for the world and things like that. And that was a piece of it. But it was a way for me to better my life.
Right.
You know, I was
Yeah.
17 and I was like, my parents couldn't afford to send me to school. I wasn't in an ideal area. It was either, for me, at that point, I had no problems, no legal issues or anything like that. It was like, if I stay in this area,
You're finished.
I was either go work in the car industry in Michigan or, join a gang or
Right.
whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm going to go see the world, man.
Good for you.
And I did that at 17. And my parents, they actually tried to talk me out of it because at 17, you have to get a waiver.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to go see the world. I wanted a life,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where I wanted to give back too,
Yeah.
and I was a feisty 17-year-old and I was like, I need to get this out of my system.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Nice.
but yeah, I would not, I wouldn't take it back for the world.
No way.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for you. Good for
Yeah.
us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a
Thank you.
lot.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah,
Thank
dude.
you.
You know,
Thank you for your
we
service.
respect
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Totally respected. I'm
Yeah,
here.
word.
We're here day and night for you.
Yeah.
You know that.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind
Yeah.
about that
All right.
at all.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Thank
Appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. We'll have you back.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.